In today's video, we are going to see how we can Dockerize a Spring Boot application. If you haven't watched my previous video where we have installed Docker in our Mac, go check it out, link is in description. So let's head over to a browser to download a basic Spring Boot application. We'll go to Spring Initializer. Now here what we can do is download a basic application to check if it is working with the Docker or not. What here I have selected as a Maven project type and then language Java, and basically Spring Boot version is can be 4. Let's name it car. We will use as a car. Let's say car demo project we have. Okay. Now I will be using Java 21 since I have Java 21 installed in my system. You can use 17 or 25, whatever you have. So now in this we have to add one dependency, that is of Spring Web, to check if that Docker application is working or not when we create a controller in the future. So what we can do, just go ahead and generate this. So we'll have a one demo application downloaded. Let me open this in IntelliJ and let's see the next steps. So here I have opened my project in the IntelliJ IDE and you can see what we have here. So basically we have an empty car application here. So what we have to do is now set up a basic Spring Boot application so we can test it in the Dockerfile. Now what here I will do is create a basic controller class to test our application when we Dockerize it later on. So we have a basic controller class. What we can do is give a annotation of REST controller to create it as a controller. So let's create a basic method here in this. Let's say public and it will return a string get car details, and what it will do, it just return car details. And what we can have here is @get mapping, and we can create a car detail here. So what issue it is giving, yeah, it should be string capital S. So here what we have done is created a method called get car details, and what it will do, it just return car details as it is. You obviously can connect your basic application here like your SQL or MySQL servers to fetch that data. For now the sample application will be this. Now what we have to do is create a Docker file in this. So you can see there is no Docker file in this. What we need here is basically a plugin for a Docker, because right now if you go and click on new, we see there is no option to create a Docker file right now. So what you can do is just go to settings, then plugin. In the marketplace just search for Docker, and here you can see the Docker is already there as a suggestion. So we'll click on install. Let's wait for it to get installed. Once it's done, click apply and OK. Now let's try to create a Docker file in this. We will go to new and you can see there is option of a Docker file. So here what we can do is just keep it as it is. Now the main thing that Docker gives us that we can run this and on any system, but for that in this image we need to have installed Java in this. So for that what we can do is basically use a lighter version of the Java here, because if we directly use a JDK the file size might be large. So you can see that in the industry standard there are many Java versions which we use which are lighter in size. So what you can do is basically go and type Java light version for Docker, and here you can see like here the Google has given few suggestions. So Amazon Coretta is the one like which is quite popular. So here I have already find out one version of this. So let's head over there. So basically I'm using the 21 version, because since I'm using 21 version in my system as well. So what we will do is we have to define Docker, like which version we are using. So what we will do is use this as in the from part. So what we are telling here Docker is that pull this image of Java into our system, so that we can use that in our like the image we are creating. And what we have to do is next part we have to set up like where what file it has to run in this basically. So for that we have to give it a copy part. So what he has, this has to copy. So it has already given us a suggestion like that we have to copy a jar file into this, but till now we haven't created a jar file for this application right now. So what we have to do is first we will create a jar file for this, then we will put this here. So see here right now we don't have any target folder here, because the this Spring Boot application is not yet compiled. So what we have to do for this, go to the terminal and type mvn clean package. Just in case you get mvn not found or anything like that error, maybe mvn is not installed in your Mac, by default it's not there. So you can go ahead and just install that using brew or something. That will be a easy one go step. So now you can see the build has been successful, and what we got is a target file. So this is the jar that was needed for us to put in our image, a Docker image, which will actually fetch this image when we build a Docker file. So now what we have to do is just basically put few lines of code here. So now like we were saying, we have to type copy, and now what it has to copy basically, so it has to copy the jar for our application. So this is the like autofill from the GitHub Copilot. So now we have to copy our jar name. You can click on rename and see to get the exact names, and just replace this name with your jar. So this is the jar we have, and so now what we have to do is just basically give the target slash the jar name, then again our jar name, whatever the jar name we have. And this should be like this should read as jar, not only the name. This should be like this. Now what should be the entry point? Yeah, here you can see this should be the basic Docker configuration that we have to do before we can create a image out of this. So you can just follow these steps, or just copy paste this few lines and just replace this line with your jar name file, whatever the jar has been created for you. Now what we have to do is basically, once we are created and configured this, now we have to build an image out of this. So for that what we can do is basically, let's create a new terminal for this. And now what we can type here is docker build minus t, the tag name, and then we have to give the project name for this. Let's say we give it a car, then we have to provide a dot. Now so this command, what will do, it will create an image for us. So right now the Docker is not running. So first of all we'll start our Docker. So once, if you have Docker setup already in your system, so what it happens, like whenever I open this Docker desktop, it automatically start the servers in the backend. So now if I go ahead and try to run the application command again, now you can see it has started building the Docker image for us. So now you can see our image has been successfully created for this. So now how we can verify our image has been created or not, just head over to the Docker. Let's see if we have image created or not. Let's go to images, and you can see there is an image named as car which is created just 31 seconds ago, which has a file size of this. So now this is a image that we have created. So you have already heard of a concept like it runs on my system but it doesn't run on other system. So this is an image which covers that problem. Now this image can be run anywhere on any system. Like if I share with you, it will run the same as at on my system. But to run this image we need to have a container which will actually contains this image and it will run for us. So for that, what we can do is head to a terminal, and in terminal you can have, like, suppose if we check for Docker images, so you can say I only have one image which was just created. So this is the image. Now to run a Docker image, what you have to do is type docker run -p, then we have to provide port numbers. So what are these port numbers, we'll see later on. And then we have to provide the image name, which is car in our case. So yeah, this command that you have to run your image in a containerized application, just click enter, and what it will do, it had just started a Spring Boot application. You see, we have created an image of a Spring Boot application. Now it has automatically started that Spring Boot server here. So how it has started, because it already have a Java version in that container, plus now it has our code as well, because we told here, because here we have told here like which code it has to run, and it is picking up from this jar files. So now you can see this application has been running and it is running on port 8080. So we can verify it by going into Postman and providing the endpoints that we have set for it. So the endpoint we have set is to get car details. So let's try to hit this endpoint if we get the answer or not. So you see, we are getting car details here. So that means this Dockerize application is working perfectly, the image is created properly, and we are getting the answer here. So this application is working perfectly. Here are the logs and everything. You can also head over to a Docker, and here you can see there is a container which is running and it is running on 8080. You can head over to 8080 port. You can see all the configurations that you want to see, suppose like the details of it and everything. So it is printing the logs here as well, the same logs that we were getting in the console here. One thing here is to see that if you made some changes in your application, suppose you add another endpoint here, it will not automatically reflect into your previous image. You have to rebuild this application again. Rebuild the application again means you have to do mvn clean package once again after you made some changes. Then again you have to create an image out of it, then you have to run it on the server. But there is a workaround on that, we will talk about that in another video. So this is the complete video and step-by-step process to Dockerize your Spring Boot application. So hopefully this video help you a lot and you will be able to Dockerize your applications. We will in future video try to see how we can use Docker Compose. Basically we will see how we can make two containers talk to each other. Like suppose we have two microservices and both are running on different containers, so how they will communicate with each other. So please do comment if you face any issue, and don't forget to subscribe the channel and leave a like. Thank you.